Hi guys, Victoria Paxton here. Thanks for stopping back by my YouTube channel. Do me a favor and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell, like this video, and if you share it, that would be awesome. So I have over 300 and some followers, which is so cool. So cool, you guys. Thank you so much. So I have lighting now, so I feel like I'm a TV news anchor now. Victoria Paxton here at WWTF radio. No, TV. Get it? WWTF, what the TV? Yeah, I feel like a journalist. Okay, so and I'm also like sweating like crazy because it's really hot under these lights. But hopefully it makes things look a little clearer and better. But unfortunately, I'm sure you're going to be able to see every little wrinkle on this aging middle-aged face. Pushing way into the middle-aged, but such is life. Anyway, so let me get started here. So gosh, this one's a tough one, you guys. It's another tough one. Macin Smith. So yeah, 17 years old when he went missing. He had recently moved from Canada to St. George, Utah. It was him, his older siblings, and his mom had relocated. And his dad, I guess, was working out of town, so he was away a lot. He wasn't there all the time. Him, his mom, and siblings were all devout Mormons, and the dad was agnostic. He didn't know what he believed. So Macin's dad had come back after working out of town. Macin had just found out that he was getting A's on all of his grades. So his mom had said if he did well on his report card, that he would be able to watch anime. So his mom claimed that he was addicted to anime, you know, which it's like a cartoon, but it can be kind of, it can kind of go to the negative, to the dark side. So I guess the mom probably wasn't real, she probably didn't like it very much, but you know, he had done well. He was keeping his grades up, which is huge when you're a senior in high school and you just move from one country to another. Like, that's amazing. You know, what a good kid. So Macin's dad had come back into town, and Macin was supposed to go practice driving with his dad, which Macin had a fear of driving. I don't know why, but he had a fear of driving, and he just wasn't into it. He told his mom that he had a headache. He was going to cancel on his dad, and he was going to go lay down. Okay. So Macin's mom, she disconnected the cables that night before she went to bed, so that Macin wouldn't have access to the internet to watch anime, because she didn't want him staying up all night watching anime, even though she had told him if he got good grades, he could watch anime. So she had unhooked the cable, and unlike any other night, she was so tired that she didn't hide the cable. She just left it laying there. Okay. Okay, so at 1 a.m., Macin's dad saw a light underneath of his son's door. And so he went and knocked on the door, and he said, "Macin, get off the computer. Give me your computer and your phone." Because it was 1 o'clock in the morning and he had school that next day. You know, the dad was pissed that he was up. So the dad took his phone and his computer, you know, which his dad took his phone and his computer, which it is what it is. Okay, so the next morning, which was the morning of his disappearance, supposedly the mom and dad heard him get up, and the dad even went to his door and heard that he was up and moving. So he went back and laid back down. They heard him get up, they heard him in the kitchen, and then they heard the garage door open and they heard it close. So they assumed, oh, that's Macin, he's going to the bus stop. Okay. Supposedly that was at 7:45 when they heard him, the garage door open and close. Okay. I'm going to come back to that because there is a discrepancy. So So he was supposedly last seen walking to the school bus. The neighbor supposedly saw him walking towards his school bus stop. So at this point, everything kind of gets sketchy. So the day of his disappearance, the mom went to work in the morning. The dad was off that day. So at 3:15, Macin was supposed to come home, and him and his dad were going to go practice driving, which Macin was afraid of. But at 3:15, the dad, he's not there. So he calls his wife at work, and he's like, look, I don't know where Macin is. He didn't come home. So Macin's mom was like, oh my gosh, okay, let me come home. So she comes home. So they both go, they go to Macin's bedroom, and his door's locked from the inside, which they said that's never happened. They've never seen Macin lock his door before. His father had taken his phone and his laptop the night before, so Macin didn't have his phone, so it's not like they could call him. Then the mom went back into the room, and she found his school books on the floor in the closet with like clothing over it. So she was like, wow, he didn't go to school, because had he have gone to school, his books wouldn't be there. And a few days later, his mom comes back. She's searching his room, which is like, why didn't they search the room right away? I don't get it. Anyway, a couple days later, she comes back. She finds his wallet. So he had no money, no wallet, no cell phone, nothing, right? He had, left with nothing. So anyway, again, how did the police not see this? A few days later, Macin's mom finds like a 2 or 3 page letter folded up in his wallet. How did the police not see that? How did the mom not see that when she first searched and found his wallet? I don't get that. There was no date on that note, but it appeared to be like maybe like a goodbye, like a suicide letter. He had supposedly attempted suicide a year before. He had went missing, and he was hospitalized in a psych hospital for a week back when he was still living in Canada. Yeah, nobody knew for sure when he had written this letter. So, okay, so a neighbor came forward later and said she remembered seeing Macin the day he went missing. It was around 3:15 p.m., and she said he was walking in the opposite direction of his house. Okay. They had people that said, oh, I saw him with a sign. He was hitchhiking, trying to get to Las Vegas. There were all different kinds of sightings, which they were followed up, and it turned out not to be Macin. Macin was 6'4" and 200 pounds, so he wasn't a little kid. Like, he was a big guy. He had blonde hair and light blue eyes. When he was young, he had a speech impediment, and supposedly you could still tell that he had a slight issue when he would speak. Okay, so his cell phone and his laptop, his search history had been completely deleted. So yeah, I don't know about all that. I was under the impression that the FBI could recover it anyway, but maybe not. Okay, so let me talk about a few things. So his mom, Tracy Smith, and his dad, Darren, after 30 years of marriage, they divorced. And this was, after Macin had been missing for a while. There were conflicting reports about the morning of his disappearance. Macin's dad had used his gym membership card at 7:30 a.m. that morning to check into the gym. Okay? But yet he claimed at 7:45 in the morning, his son was up, he heard him in the kitchen, and then he heard the garage door open and close. So nobody knows for sure if that truly happened, because how would Macin's dad be at home if he checked into the gym at 7:30 in the morning? Yeah. There's theories that his dad killed him. There are theories that he took off and that he's living happily ever after somewhere else. Okay, so let me start off saying what I'm getting. Today would be like 21, I believe. Anyway, when I connected, I felt like he's a really artsy person. I think he was probably good at like writing and just kind of like artsy, I feel like he was like a really good kid. Like, maybe he had his demon. No, let me rephrase that. He did have his demons. And I think that his demons made him feel bad. I don't need to go into that. There's no point in assassinating his character at this point. But I think that there was a lot there that he felt bad about because he was a Mormon, and the Mormon church looks bad, looks down on a lot of things. Yeah, so I couldn't directly connect with him. I could kind of feel his presence. I could see things that he was showing me, but there was no direct connection. I don't know why it happened. I don't know. So he had a lot he was dealing with. I can tell you that. And as far as, do I think he's out there living it up somewhere else? I wish he was. I wish for his sake and his family's sake that he was, but he's not. I don't think he is. I really feel that he's gone. I don't feel like, I don't know. For whatever reason, I don't feel like his dad was involved. But what I'm getting is what he's choosing for me to see. So if his dad were involved, he may not want to show me that aspect of it. Yeah. But I definitely think there was more to this than what we're seeing. Yeah, I think he had a lot of demons. He definitely had a lot of demons. And those things now are neither here nor there. It doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? But I do feel that he's gone. And I wish I could get more information on this. And I am going to try to do a follow-up to see if I can coax him into, like, connecting with me directly. Yeah. Okay, so that does it, guys. Listen, be nice to people. Be kind. It's free. Just do it. Be nice. Smile. Say, hey, how's your day? You know, that one little, hey, how's your day could, like, really help somebody that's in a bad place. You know what I mean? Hi, guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Victoria Paxton here. Thanks for stopping back by my YouTube. All right, so do me a favor. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and like this video. That would be great. It's free. Doesn't cost you a penny. Okay. So today, okay, so like a week ago, I recorded a video about Macin Smith. You know, this young guy that disappeared, right? And I had tried to connect with him then, and I wasn't able to connect with him, but I was able to get some information. So I decided, okay, let me try to connect with him again. Let me see what happens. And I was able to connect with him. So I think a lot of times for me personally, what happens is I get busy working on 20 different things, and it in a lot of cases is very tiring, and I think then I'm just not able to connect, you know? Yeah, so a lot of times I'm just tired, I guess. So I said, let me give it another try, and I was able to connect with him. Okay. So he came through, handsome young guy, gorgeous smile. I mean, I could just feel his energy. He was a really talented kid. I think there was so much more than what people saw. Yeah, I think he was definitely, like, really talented. As far as, I don't know, writing music, poetry, again, the artsy-fartsy stuff, you know? Okay, so talked a little bit with them. Noticed he was definitely an introvert. He still is. He's very, like, into himself and not real out there. Okay, so I said, like, let's talk about when you went missing. And he made a strange statement that I don't think I've ever heard anyone say to me before. I don't think anyone's ever said this. He said in his mind, he felt like it it would be better for his mom if they never found his body. And I was kind of taken aback by that comment because I was thinking, what? So I said to him, look, I'm a mom, and as a mom, God forbid my child went missing, I would most definitely want to know where that child was, and I would want to bring my child home, and I would want to bury my child. And I think that was something that would be important, and he was very emphatic that he didn't think it would be good for his mom if his body was found. Okay, so yeah. So I tried to press him on it, and he said he wouldn't like what they have to say. And I said, who would have to say? And he said, the people that discover my body. And I said, why? Why wouldn't she like what they have to say? She would just probably want you home and want closure. And he said, no, you don't understand. And he just kind of put up a wall and didn't want to go there. So I said, okay, well, let me move on. Yeah. Anyway, so I pushed on. I said, okay, let's talk about, things that you liked when you were here. And he said, church. I love church. I love the people at my church. You could tell, like, he really, he honestly liked his church. He said that he didn't necessarily agree with everything. He said, unfortunately, his church taught him that your views should be black or white. And he said, he made another kind of off the wall comment. He said, regardless of the situation, that he saw himself that he would end up getting married to a woman and having kids and living happily ever after. And the way he said it, I said, well, what do you mean by that? And he said, well, that's how it is at my church. That's how it is. It's black or white. And I said, okay. And he said, okay, so he said, someone's sexual preference shouldn't make them a bad person. And I said, are you talking about yourself? And he said, I'm talking about everybody in general. Why does it matter? And I said, you know what, to me, it doesn't matter to me. I could care less. I don't care. If someone's straight, gay, I don't care. I could care less. That's on them. If they're happy, then that's all that matters, right? And he said, yeah, but that's just not how it was at my church. And yeah. So I feel like this was definitely like something he was definitely struggling with. I mean, I could tell just by his reaction. He also went on to say that he was addicted to anime. Okay, so I had always thought that anime was just like a cartoon, like Chinese or Japanese cartoon or something. Like, I didn't know much about it. I asked my husband if he would like research it, because the way he said it, it came off, I got the feeling that it was something really bad. And I was kind of afraid to push him on it because he'd already like put up walls about everything else we had talked about. I didn't want to scare him off. So my husband looked it up, and there is, in fact, y'all, anime pornography. Oh my God, what has this world come to? So yeah, apparently there's pornography with these little cartoon characters, and unbelievable. So I feel like that's most definitely what he was trying to convey about being addicted to anime. I really feel that. So I tried to get him to come back around to his comment about he felt it was best that his mom didn't know, that his body was never found. So I tried to come back around to that, and I said, why do you feel like it's better for your mom if they don't find your body? And he said, because of what they would find with my body. And I said, because you took your own life? And he said, no. And like that, he was gone. So I don't know. Like, when I researched this, some people had thought maybe the dad was involved, and like the mom and dad had been married for like 30 years or something, and they're divorced now. So I don't know. Was he saying because they would discover that his dad had killed him? Or was he saying that he took his own life? I mean, I asked him that and he said no. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know. What do you all think? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, yeah. I don't know, you guys. This was a tough one. So, all right. So y'all just be kind to people. Be nice. Watch out for the COVID-19 coronavirus. It has affected my family. I don't want to talk about it or go into any details. But it's definitely out there, and just be careful, y'all. Wash your hands. Washing your hands isn't a new thing. It didn't just come out. It's been there for years. Good hygiene, people. Come on now. All right, y'all. Take care. Bye.